What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike. This is Wall Street Traders, where we break down hot trending stocks using technical analysis to put you at an advantage at the market.
I think we're gonna be friends.
Special friends.
Alright, so today's ticker symbol that we're breaking down is SNDL, or better known as Sundial. We're going to be breaking down the technicals and then the fundamentals, and then I'm going to be going over some information that nobody's even talking about, you guys. Some crazy news and information that I have.
Knowledge
That could send SNDL to the moon. So if you guys could really just subscribe and share my videos, that would mean a lot. I'm only 20 subscriptions away from 1,000, guys. So that would really mean a lot to me. But let's go ahead and dive into this chart. Alrighty, guys, so I have my lines and graphs already set up just to kind of make this a little bit faster and easier on my part. I will explain how I found them and how you can test these areas and find these levels. So the first thing that we're going to do when we open any stock that we're looking or interested in is we're going to start from a higher time frame and then break down, to the 1 hour, 30 minute, 1 minute to find an entry. Now, if you're a core trader and you're buying to hold long term for months or weeks on end, you're obviously going to start on the weekly time frame and then get your overall directions there. But I'm starting at the daily time frame because I'm more of a swing trader and day trader. So this is more of an easier way to read these candlesticks. So the first thing that you're going to want to do after you see the direction that your stock's in. So as of right now, since I'm on the daily, it's showing that we are kind of consolidating. We're just bouncing off in between these levels that I have right here. And we can test these levels. We have these candlesticks testing in this area at the $1.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can count this wick even though because it did come. This candlestick came down at one point, tested in this level, and then came all the way back up. Now this was a hammer candlestick, so ultimately it pulled back down into our support level. But we can count this. And then we continue on. I forgot where I was at. 7, 8, 9. This basically was tested about over 10 times of candlesticks hitting in this area, either testing and failing or bouncing. So now we know that this is our major level of support. The next thing that we're going to want to do is find our resistance level. So this yellow line would obviously be my resistance level that I put. So this is going to be an area that's been tested more than 3 times and as resistance. So the highest point that has been tested as a resistance more than 3 times. So we can see that the highest point that has been tested multiple times is in this $1.70 area. So we have a candlestick, which was just on the 18th, that hit this resistance, right, and then pulled back down into our $1.40 area. So that just kind of give you an idea of how strong these support and resistance can work. So we have a candlestick that has tested once, twice. This one peekabooed, you can count that. So it's 1, 2, 3. Keep going to our left. We always look left, guys, to get past previous areas. So we have a candlestick that hit here. We had another one that peekabooed here. This candlestick, yes, is the one that broke through both of these levels. And then ultimately our last one down here. So now that we have our channel, we can further predict on the next area of this bouncing or failing in. So as of right now, what we're seeing right here in this area is that it was just kind of consolidating, guys, in between these levels. Ultimately, what we're going to want to see is this to come up again and retest our resistance, and then we are going to wait for a breakout. So if you see in the pre-market that it's riding against these resistance levels, you would obviously put your entry level right above that, and then your support below where the candlestick is going to be hitting in this resistance area. Or you could also wait for this to come down, retest our support area, which I personally believe it's going to come back down and retest our support, just because that it came up, hit our resistance, right, pulled back, came back up and hit our resistance again, which is twice, right? So what that shows us is that this resistance is really strong and is having trouble breaking past this. So ultimately what we would have want to seen was this to retest again and then create a breakout, obviously, and then you go from there. But what do we see? It actually failed and pulled back again. So more than likely it's going to want to retest our support, our major support down here, and then from there, work its way back up and then continue a trend. But as of right now, we really don't have our trend. It's just consolidating. So anything could happen. It could come down here and retest our support or our resistance up here. But overall, this is like a stock that I am buying and holding. I don't do this with many stocks because I day trade. But overall, like the earnings report that just came out on the 17th, or it was the 18th, either day. But it was really good, guys. So that's good news. And then finally, what I wanted to tell you guys and explain to you guys what is going to really get this stock moving and basically to the moon is Mexico. So Mexico just fully legalized marijuana. They just passed the bill on the 11th, guys. So what this is going to create a crazy storm of other countries and places following suit. Just because Mexico is so huge and so large that them legalizing weed is a huge step to fully legalizing around the world. So what this does is this causes pressure on Joe Biden to take that step and to legalize here in the States. There's a lot of different fundamentals on why this puts pressure on Joe Biden. But ultimately, I can see weed being legalized within a year or two and seeing this stock hitting highs of $6 to $16. So crazy numbers. So if you're holding this long term, then overall, you wouldn't really need to read these charts. You're just going to be buying and holding until this pops off. I'm not saying to do that. Obviously, do your own research and do your own due diligence. Overall, I just create these videos so that way people can see the overall direction of what their stock they're going to be getting into, if it's a good idea or if they should wait for a better entry. If you're a day trader, as of right now, I probably, like I said, I would wait for this to come back and retest our lower levels of $1.20, $1.25. And then finding an entry there, and then obviously having your stop loss below our major resistance where we have this at maybe $1.15 or $1.10 to stay on the safe side. But overall, guys, I really have a good feeling about this stock. If you guys enjoy my videos, I'm trying to post these daily. Sometimes I just can't, I'm not able to. But if you guys could really just hit that subscribe button and that like button, it really means a lot. And I really thank you guys for watching. And you guys have a beautiful Sunday.